just hopping on here live real quick to tell you about what just happened. So Layla and I went on this lovely hike. She was leashed for the most part, and there were about 10 to 15 minutes that it was a little bit of a wider trail. Okay, it just said pause, but I believe it's back on. So we went on a hike. Whenever we first got there were a few roosters there. Super freaking random, but I guess it's like, we're in Kentucky, so like whatever, farms. And but we weren't near a farm. I had asked someone, apparently somebody had just dropped off these 2 or 3 roosters there this morning. Who knows? Anyways, we get there. Layla is like really good. She's like looking at them. She's just kind of like neutral about them. Like no real big. Like she's not trying to chase them or anything. She's just kind of looking at them. Whatever. She's good. Like I would consider it a win. Okay. So we go on our hike. She's leashed for the most part. And then we get to a wider part in the hike. Take her off leash. This was the first time that I've let her off leash with just me. Normally it's like me and Bobby. So that was a pretty big deal for me. We've worked on recall a lot recently. She did really good. No, didn't have to use the ecollar. Would come first time whenever I said it come verbally. All good. Okay. So we get back up. Leash her back up because we're going on the more narrow part of the trail. We get back to the car. She immediately plops down beside my car because I guess she's so tired. Whatever. 2 of the roosters, they weren't making noise. They were just kind of like walking around. We're about, I would say like, I don't know, maybe like 70 feet away. And they were on the other side of my car. So they weren't really in sight. Didn't think anything of it. Layla was panting. I was like, okay, she's tired, whatever. Dropped the leash for 2 seconds to get the water out of my car. And I turn around and she is stalking the roosters. This is the first time that I've ever seen her herding instincts come out, not at the herding setting, like not at our herding lessons. She's done it in the past with cats, but that was very early on. I would say it's probably been almost a year since she's had herding instincts or had those herding traits come out towards like cats or squirrels or anything like that. So she starts stalking the roosters. I'm like, oh my God. So my instinct, Layla come. Okay. Literally, I guess I said Layla come in such a way that maybe she thought it was the release word. I don't know. She starts darting after them. I'm like, holy shit. So, grab the e-collar. It was on my backpack because I hadn't been using it because she was leashed. And I hadn't had to use it up into this like point whenever we were done with our hike. Didn't even think anything. I just dialed up, did it once. She came. But within those 10 seconds of her chasing and herding these roosters, I thought I was going to die. I was like, oh my gosh. So moral of the story is know what gets your dogs going. I guess these roosters had done something within those 2 seconds that I was turned around, that made her herding instincts go. I don't know what else to say. Apparently, I thought roosters were mean and would hurt dogs, but I asked a few of family members, apparently not. They're very scared of dogs. They run away, which, helped her think that it was okay to chase them. And she actually did herd them. I'm not even gonna lie. She herded them into a corner and then they flew up over a fence. So, I mean, whatever. I laugh at that. Moral of the story, though. Okay, I didn't put her in a downstay, and I'm wondering if I would have commanded her to be in a downstay if she would have stayed and, like, not broken that command, because we work on that a lot, and she's very good about not breaking command. 2, I'm really glad that she's e-collar trained, because whenever her drive was going that quick, I don't think I could have called her off with just a verbal come. So I'm really glad she's e-collar trained. And yeah, 3, if you ever see roosters out at a random place, not on a farm, and they apparently were just dropped off there this morning, watch your dogs. Anyways, I'm just putting this on live so I can save it and look back. That's it. I have a training session now with a trainer virtually, so have a good night.